If you've dealt with hemorrhoids before, and statistically, about 75% of people will at some point in their lives, you know how frustrating it is when they come back. You treat them, they go away, and then, a few weeks or months later, there they are again. And if that sounds familiar, here's the important thing to understand the treatments. Most people only address the symptoms. They don't touch the root causes, which is exactly why hemorrhoids keep recurring. In this video, I'm going to walk you through why hemorrhoids develop in the first place, the specific habits and patterns that keep pulling them back, and most importantly, the natural evidence-backed changes you can make to actually break that cycle for good. No fluff, no miracle cures, just the actual science and practical steps that work. What hemorrhoids actually are. Let's start with the basics, because understanding what hemorrhoids are is key to understanding why they come back. Hemorrhoids, also called piles in many parts of the world, are swollen veins in and around the rectum and anus. Think of them like varicose veins, but in a different location. They're actually a normal part of your anatomy. Everyone has hemorrhoidal tissue. The problem begins when that tissue becomes swollen, inflamed, or prolapsed, meaning it protrudes outward. There are two main types. Internal hemorrhoids form inside the rectum. You usually can't feel them, but they can bleed. External hemorrhoids form under the skin around the anus and tend to be the ones that cause pain, itching, and discomfort. Now here's the key thing. Hemorrhoids don't come back because your initial treatment failed. They come back because the underlying pressure and strain that caused them in the first place was never addressed. The treatment removed the symptom, but the trigger is still there, quietly building pressure until you're back to square one. So what are those triggers? Let's get into it. The real reasons they keep recurring. This is the section most people never hear about, because most content on hemorrhoids stops at use a cream and eat more fiber. Let's go deeper. Reason 1. Chronic straining. This is the #1 driver of recurrence. If you're regularly straining during bowel movements, whether due to constipation, hard stools, or just habit, you are placing repeated pressure on those veins. Even after hemorrhoids heal, if the straining continues, they will come back. It's essentially inevitable. Reason 2. Low fiber, low water intake. Dehydration and a low-fiber diet lead directly to harder stools, which lead to straining. This loop is so common and so avoidable that it's genuinely one of the main reasons doctors see patients return with the same issue repeatedly. Reason 3. Prolonged sitting, especially on the toilet. Sitting on a toilet for extended periods increases pressure on the rectal veins significantly. The toilet seat, by design, creates a gap that causes the tissue to hang unsupported. Spending 10, 15, 20 minutes scrolling your phone on the toilet? That's a major but overlooked trigger. Reason 4. Sedentary lifestyle. Regular movement helps regulate bowel function and reduces venous pressure in the pelvic region. A lifestyle dominated by long periods of sitting, at a desk, in a car, on a couch, keeps that pelvic pressure elevated chronically. Reason 5. Pregnancy and postpartum changes. For women, pregnancy increases pelvic pressure significantly, and straining during labor can cause or worsen hemorrhoids. The postpartum period is one of the highest risk windows for recurrence, and this is still heavily underdiscussed in mainstream health content. Reason 6. Heavy lifting with improper technique. Consistently holding your breath and bearing down during heavy lifts in the gym or physically demanding jobs creates intense abdominal pressure that pushes directly onto pelvic veins. Proper breathing technique during exertion matters more than most people realize. Natural strategies that actually help. Now the part you actually came here for. Here are the natural approaches that have real evidence behind them. Not folklore, not miracle supplements. Actual actionable changes. 1. Fiber, and do it gradually. Most health guidelines recommend 25 to 38 grams of fiber per day. Most people globally get less than half that. Foods high in soluble fiber. Oats, lentils, beans, psyllium husk, flaxseed, soften stool and reduce the need to strain. The catch: increase fiber slowly. Adding too much too fast causes bloating and gas, which people then blame on the fiber and quit. Gradual is the key word. 2. Water, more than you think. Fiber only works well when paired with adequate hydration. Without enough water, high-fiber foods can actually worsen constipation. Aim for at least 2 liters of water per day, and more, if you're in a hot climate or physically active. This one simple change, done consistently, has a remarkable effect on stool consistency. 3. The squatting position. This is backed by actual research. Using a footstool or a toilet stool, sometimes called a squatty potty, to raise your feet while on the toilet changes the anorectal angle, making elimination easier and dramatically reducing the need to strain. Studies have shown faster, more complete bowel movements using this position. It's one of the highest impact, lowest effort changes you can make. 4 sitz baths, soaking the affected area in warm water for 10 to 15 minutes, 2 to 3 times a day, is one of the most consistently recommended natural remedies by medical professionals. It reduces inflammation, relaxes the sphincter muscles, and promotes blood flow. Plain warm water is all you need. No need for salts or additives, though Epsom salts are commonly used without harm. 5. Move more, sit less. Even a 20 to 30-minute walk daily improves bowel motility, reduces pelvic pressure, and supports overall circulation. If your job involves long hours of sitting, standing breaks every hour, make a measurable difference. 6. Don't delay the urge. When you feel the need to go, go. Regularly ignoring or suppressing the urge causes stool to sit longer in the colon, where water is absorbed from it, making it harder and more difficult to pass. Natural topical remedies. What works, what doesn't. Let's talk about topical treatments, because there's a lot of noise around this. Some of it useful, some of it not. Witch hazel is probably the most well-studied natural topical for hemorrhoids. It's an astringent derived from the plant, Hemorrhoids virginiana, and it has genuine anti-inflammatory and mild vasoconstricting properties. Applied with a cotton pad to the external area, it can reduce itching and swelling. Widely available globally, inexpensive, and evidence-supported. Aloe vera gel, pure, unscented, has anti-inflammatory properties and is soothing for irritated tissue. The key word is pure. Many commercial aloe products contain alcohol, fragrance, or other additives that can actually worsen irritation. Check the ingredient list. Coconut oil has antimicrobial and mild anti-inflammatory properties. Some people find it helpful as a gentle topical moisturizer for the external area. Evidence is more anecdotal than clinical, but it's generally well tolerated and safe. What doesn't work as well as marketed? Many over-the-counter hemorrhoid creams provide short-term numbing or shrinking effects, but they don't address the underlying inflammation at a structural level and offer no long-term protection against recurrence. They have a role in managing acute discomfort, but shouldn't be mistaken for treatment of the root cause. When to see a doctor? This section is important, so please pay attention. Natural approaches are effective for managing mild to moderate hemorrhoids and preventing recurrence, but there are situations where you absolutely need to see a doctor, and recognizing them is critical. See a healthcare professional if you notice rectal bleeding that is heavy, persistent, or accompanied by dark or black stool, as this can signal something other than hemorrhoids. If you experience severe pain, a prolapsed hemorrhoid that won't return inside on its own, or significant changes in bowel habits alongside your symptoms, get checked out. Rectal bleeding in particular should never be self-diagnosed as hemorrhoids without medical confirmation, especially for anyone over 40 or with a family history of colorectal conditions. Hemorrhoids are the most common cause, but not the only one. There are also highly effective, minimally invasive procedures, rubber band ligation, sclerotherapy, and others, that a doctor can perform for more persistent cases. These aren't scary. They're often quick, outpatient procedures with good outcomes. Natural management is excellent, but knowing when to step up to medical care is part of genuinely taking care of yourself.